Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Luening, Horst Luening. I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. And today I have the pleasure to present the best whiskies from 2018. They are not the absolute best whiskies from 2018. There are no absolute best whiskies. Those are the best whiskies I had in 2018. Here in my cask, or at Ben's cask. There are better ones, I believe, that I find better than those here, but I hadn't them the last year. So these are the best whiskies from 2018, which I tasted in 2018. This is a very personal list. This has no absolute meaning. Those bottles are not all new bottles. There are old classic bottles in between. But there are as well some new bottles from 2018. Yeah, you understand that? Hopefully. The first I would like to present is the Farkas 1993, which is a exclusive one for our company and unfortunately only available in Central Europe, in Germany. And Farkas was very friendly to us, generous to us, to let us select 8 casks with these very old, extremely well-matured sherry cask whiskies. So it's 100% sherry cask maturation. There are some refill casks in between, but the taste is extreme. Yeah, so I had the 25 years Farkas as well as the 15-year-old and the 21-year-old in the live tasting after the Christmas holidays. And the 25 years old was the best I had there, but I did not want to put both bottles here because both are 1993. This one is more extreme, more oakiness, more sherry, not that well balanced, elegant 25-year-old, which is stable in its taste over decades. So the next one is the Glenlivet, 18 years of age. This bottle belongs to, well, the best whiskies I had in the last 25 years. If you look at that bottle, well, it's already nearing the end because it's in my bar and friends like it very much. And I found that bottle by accident. We sent out the parcel to a customer and it returned because a bottle was broken inside, which is very rare. 1 out of 1,000 is broken. So the shipping companies are very, very good today. And it smelled wonderful. It was so extremely intense. So I opened the parcel immediately by myself. I looked into and found this Glenlivet 18 years of age. Very intense, sherry cask matured, a light aromatic note in it. Glenlivet 12 years of age is the best-selling single malt whiskey in the US, I think. I read that a few years ago. And if you produce such amounts of single malt whiskey, then you're able to select better casks for higher ages. So the 18 years is very, very good. The 21 and 25 years as well. So this is one of the best ever I had. And the next one is from the same. So it's nearly empty. And the GlenDronach, 21 years old, Parliament, is a sherry cask matured whiskey with Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry cask, so a little sweeter, 21 years of age, out from sherry casks. Some of them European oak is really intense, and it's becoming rare now because GlenDronach was closed 21 years ago. There are still casks there to bottle, which are a little bit older today, but there will be a time as it was with the 15 years of age, which disappeared completely and now is fresh on the market again, called the Revival. It was called the Revival before because they started the 15 years of age, the new proprietor. Now the proprietor changed and they did a revival with the 15 years of age. And the 18 year and the 21 is, well, the most expensive of this range. And yeah, one of the very, very best. Look out for those bottles. If you're able to find one, grab it, because they won't get cheaper. Even, I think, they will getting more and more expensive because of the rarity of this bottle. And it will take another 5, 6, 8 years until the fresh whiskey will be 21 years old again. The next one is the Highland Park 12 years of age from the Orkney Islands between the North Sea and the North Atlantic, situated in between, so rough, stormy, and it has some smokiness in it. And this is the perfect harmony between smokiness, maltiness, sherry maturation, oakiness. Really, really a good one. And I retasted it. The bottle changed to former bottles, but the content stayed the same. So this is really a gem. It's affordable. It's really affordable, and one of the the best of the best from my point of view. And I retasted them. I retasted it together with Ben because my last tasting was so long ago, and I would like to have a look into that bottle again to see if it's still on top of the crowd. The next one is the Highland Park 18 years of age, which we had just lately in November, I think. Or was it October already? Time is moving fast. And the 18 years of age got quite expensive. There had been a lack of supply because everybody found out that is really a good one. And got expensive, more expensive, and today I think they reduced the price again a little bit, so it's below 100 again. It had been more expensive. Yeah. So next one is BenRiach, 21 years of age, and I had a 22 years of age here in my cask, which was lightly smoky, and that one was quite good. But this one I find more complex, no smokiness in that. And a user wrote a comment and said, well, this is a mixture of the last cask they have, really a problem. No, because it's a mixture, it's more complex. It might be the last cask they had and they filled it together. So there's no longer 22 years available, just 21. But I think it's a mixture from 4 or even 6 casks, and the complexity is really, really high. So this is a really a good one, and I'm not quite sure how long it will last. If the demand is that high, that a 21-year-old will be sold out again, and we have to wait a longer time for the replacement of this. The next one is a specialty from Germany. This is one of the oldest whiskies in Germany. It's from the vintage 1988 and 1999, and it matured 19 years in oak casks and then rested for another 9 years in I don't know if it was stainless steel or glass tanks, so it rested for another 9 years. And this one is called Monks, the family of the Monks, and it's the distillery is close in the Ruhr area, very close to the mansion of the Krupp family. Yeah, those steel magnates. It's not like sherry oak and American oak. It's not like a Scottish whiskey, Scotch. It's definitely different to that, but it was the best from Germany I had ever. Unfortunately, not available outside Germany. So the next one is Dalmore, 15 years of age, from the Northern Highlands. And this one is created by Richard Patterson. And you know him, he's 50 years in the business in the meantime. And in the range of the Dalmore, 12, 15, 18, this one is, from my personal view, the peak. And therefore we retasted it. And it's really extreme what Dalmore was able to put in that whiskey, from tastes, even from the distillery, from the cask, from the resting. Yeah, it's a wonderful piece of dram, and the shape of the bottle as well as the deer on front. This is, unfortunately, it's plastic, silvery shining plastic, but there are older ones, really expensive ones. They have a metal one, cast iron, I think, silvery, with a silver cladding on it. But this looks the same, but if you feel it, it's not that cold. So this is a very elegant bottle, and the content is even better than elegant. Yeah. Now we move forward. Here we have the Mortlach, 16 years of age. And Mortlach had a range of whiskies over the last years, and there the marketeers and they had their own thoughts, to be gentle, and they had prices on those Mortlach bottles. They were only half a liter in content, and they cost extremely a lot of money. And the specialty of this Mortlach whiskey is it is distilled more than 2 times. It's a mixture from 3 times and 2 times distillation, so that the average is 2.81 times distillation. So the whiskey, the raw whiskey itself, is quite smooth, and then the maturation with the cask selection, very good results. And the 16 year of age is a perfect balance and interesting between this smooth whiskey and the very good, elegant, intense maturation. And the price is down very much. They halved or even tripled, thirdled the price. So it's now very affordable in comparison to former times. One of the best I had. I think I had it as the best whiskey in November 2018. I remember it very well. So a very good one. The next one is the only smoky whiskey here on my cask. It's the Bowmore, 15 years of age. And the first of this had been a no age statement whiskey. It was around 14 years of age. It's called the Darkest. And from the Darkest, they moved on to a 15 years of age Darkest, and then a decade later they omitted the Darkest and left over the 15 years of age. But this is the direct heir to the bottles before. There had been a 15 years old Mariner that was more extreme, more smoky, more complex, more harsh. And that should compete with the bottles from the south coast of Islay. But this one is a typical Bowmore, not that smoky, medium to strong smoky, a lot of sherry cask influence. Really a good one. And that you do not find those very smoky whiskies on my cask. Ben traveled the islands and had more talks with the distillery managers there, and he's now in better knowledge of what's going on the islands, so that he got most of the very smoky whiskies there. Yeah, the next one is the Glenmorangie Quinta Ruban, or a Quinta Ruban, 12 years of age. It's a port wine finished single malt whiskey from Glenmorangie, 12 years old. In former times there had been bottles without an age statement, but I think it's already 10 years ago. I think they changed to an age statement, and this is a wonderful bottle with a port wine finish. It's uncolored, look at that wonderful dark dark color of the whiskey. And it's, well, port wine maturation is one of my very, very favorite. And if there is some little smokiness in it as well, then it's definitely one of the top of mine. But this one is not smoky at all. But this is gentle through the highest stills in Scotland, 18 feet high. And the alcohol is very smooth coming out of those stills, and then maturation for 12 years and a port wine finishing. Yeah, that's one of the very, very best. The last one is the Signet, the Glenmorangie Signet, and this is a mixture of sherry casks and other fortified wine cask matured whiskies. So it's a mixture inside a distillery, still a single malt whiskey, but carries no age statement. And I think most of the whiskey is quite old, above those 12 years, far above those 12 years. But there are some younger ones inside to give it a better kick. If whiskies are becoming very old, then they tend to be very oaky, very much on the cask side, not that fresh and intense on the taste. So they're growing older, and this one got a little infusion of younger ones, so that there is a full complex taste from the younger to the older, and the whole maturation of those fortified wine casks. That's it, the best whiskies I had in 2018. Hopefully you'll find them on the shelf of your local dealer, and see you next time.